welcome to Gymnastics with Joy, the podcast that flips your perspective on gymnastics, where every athlete has a story and we're here to tell it. I'm Joy, and today I am joined by a fearless floor phenom, a beam balancing boss, a wildcat with fire, a Kentucky queen of charisma, the gymnast who turned a floor routine into perfection and made the number 10 look effortless. She brings bold energy to the big stage and balance to the narrow one. I can't believe she's here, but she is. Please welcome Creslyn Brose.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yay, I'm excited to have you here. Well, first of all, I just want to jump right into it because I want to start from the beginning. When
Yeah.
did gymnastics first enter your life, and what made you fall in love with the sport?
Yeah. So I started gymnastics when I was about 2 years old. I did mommy me classes, and then I ended up taking a break for a little bit and pursued a little bit of soccer. My family's a huge soccer family. So,
Uh-huh.
and then for a while, when I was about 6 years old, I did both soccer and gymnastics. But then it got to the point where I needed to choose which route I was going to take. And I almost ended up quitting gymnastics and doing soccer, but then I watched the Olympics, not sure which one it was, but I was like, nope, like I like flipping. Like
Yeah.
I gotta keep gymnastics. So yeah, I think I really started getting into gymnastics when I was about 6 years old.
Okay, okay. Very cool. And did you move up the levels pretty quickly, or did it take time?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to skip level 5 and 6.
Hmm.
Um, but other than that, I feel like I was pretty like standard across the board. I think a
Yeah.
lot of girls end up skipping those levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, started at level 2 and then kind of made my way up.
Nice. Okay. Well, I want to talk about, there's so many things I want to talk about, but first of all, your front toss and your front tuck on beam are so iconic. You're so good at flipping forwards on beam, which is hard to do and hard to keep consistent, but your front tuck is gigantic. It's one of the biggest front tucks I've ever seen on beam. And then you have the front toss into the back handspring, is it? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so have those always been in your beam routines, or was that something that you kind of developed over time once you got to the NCAA?
Yeah, I have struggled with mental blocks a lot, in the past and still honestly to this day. It's kind of up and down sometimes. So I really had to figure out the skills that worked best for me.
Mhm.
So I tried like a handspring layout on beam. I tried all of that, but just mentally it was a struggle for me. And cool thing about gymnastics is that you can get really creative with it. And so I think level 9, I believe, maybe, I added in the front toss back handspring and
Mhm.
it ended up clicking for me really well. And honestly, like this, my series and like my front tuck are probably like the easiest skills I do in my opinion because I
Mhm.
don't know, I get like the least nervous on those ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the front tuck I added in probably maybe second year level 10. So front tuck is like relatively, I mean, it's not new anymore, but it was like a newer skill that I added right before
Mhm.
college.
Yeah, I mean they're so huge and they're so iconic that like I feel like that's one thing that you're known for on beam is the height you get on your front tuck. It's just huge. And so I was just curious kind of how that progression worked and how it came to be in your beam routines, but you said you had mental blocks. Do you want to talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I used to be very much like I could throw any skill, I could do it all. I wasn't scared of anything. And then all of a sudden, I just started getting kind of mental, and I was like, this is weird. I'm not a big fan of this one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and so level 9, I ended up losing almost every skill that I have,
Wow.
even a standing back handspring with a spot into a resi mat with a coach spotting me. So it went like all the way down to very much like rock bottom.
Mhm.
So that was definitely very challenging for me. I mean, just like as a person, but also as a gymnast, and at that point I had a lot of identity in my sport. So that was kind of like, okay, well now what is life? Like what am I doing? Like what's going on here? So, I was able to build back up pretty slowly. It was obviously like super up and down because progress with that kind of stuff is not linear. So it's expected to go up and down. Um, but I was able to get back enough to get skills that I needed to compete. So I was able to compete in level 9, but it was kind of slow and steady. I didn't do all the events at first. And then yeah, I ended up making like Eastern Nationals that year, which was really awesome. And then it kind of trickled into like the like level 10 too, and then like kind of from then on I've kind of struggled with mental blocks, but like as I've pushed through them, I've grown so much stronger like mentally
Mm.
that now if I have like here and there I'll have maybe a day that I struggle, but I like know myself so well now that I'm not worried about it because I know the next day or even next week I'll be good.
Yeah.
But it took a lot to get there. It took a lot of strength, a lot of fight,
Yeah.
and a lot of just like encouragement and building back up. I did a lot of like sports psychologists. Those were very beneficial for me. And just honestly, just like being patient with myself, not being too hard on myself. Obviously, so much easier said than done. But I know that if in order for me to get over it, I needed to speak kindly to myself, be positive. And let me tell you, like your brain and your mindset is so powerful. Like I was probably Beam was probably the scariest thing for me to get back for some reason. And so I would just start telling myself, I was like, no, I love Beam. I love it. And I was like lying to myself. I was like, no, I
Yeah.
love it. I would tell my teammates, I'm like,
Gaslighting yourself.
yes, I was like, it's my favorite event. And they're like, yeah, okay, Creslin. And then I would like ask to steal their routines and do extra and like
Mhm.
it just make it like fun. And now I love Beam. Like I actually love it. So
Yeah.
it's just crazy how powerful your mind is. Like either way, like you can tell yourself something so negative and you'll start to believe it. And same thing with positivity. Like you tell
Yeah.
yourself something positive, you'll start to believe it. It might take time, but
Yeah.
it's important to like rewire your brain, build those habits.
Yeah, no, that's so true. And I mean, I've talked about this. Jocelyn Robertson came on the podcast and she was talking about mental blocks and how she's dealt with the twisties for a long time. And Kirsten Johnson came on. She talked about mental blocks. I mean, it's so common, and gymnastics is such a mental sport. Obviously, it's very physical, but it's very mental.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then having to get up on, a 4-inch wide balance beam and perform, especially in the SEC, where it's just like mayhem half the time in those arenas. I can imagine that that would be a big challenge, but the thing is like you seem so confident, and so it seems like you've done a lot of work on yourself, and that is so important that, sports psychologists and all that stuff. Like, that's great that you were able to grow and that you were able to learn so much about yourself and know that, like, hey, when I have a rough day, like, it's fine. I got this. I have the numbers to back up, this, and I'll move past it. And like, I've been there, and I'm not a gymnast, but like, I have been there in my life where I really needed to lie to myself to be confident, because when I was younger, I was so insecure. And I'm 35 now, but I did not become confident until I turned 30. Like, literally, I lived a lot of my life very insecure. And then when I turned 30, I was like, you know what? Like, something switched in my brain, and I would look in the mirror and I would just lie to myself. I would just be like, you're that girl. Like, you're beautiful. You're this, you're that. I didn't believe it, but then I started to, and I became more confident and more confident. And so it's interesting that, like, what you're saying applies to life as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's really cool for me to hear, as well, as someone who's experienced something in a different way.
Yeah.
But how the mindset is so huge. It's so
Yeah.
huge. So that's really cool that you were able to overcome that. And even though you still deal with it sometimes, like, that just shows the mental fortitude that you have, really.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I think it's like mind blocks are so much more common than I think a lot of people realize, especially like a lot of girls in the NCAA, some of the best gymnasts still struggle with those.
Yeah.
But again, like with gymnastics, you can get super creative, especially at like higher levels,
Yeah.
so that you can just find what skills work best for you. And
Yeah.
like fortunately, I was able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. I do want to talk about what it feels like because I talked about the SEC and how, it's sometimes mayhem in those arenas. What does it feel like to compete in Memorial Coliseum when the crowd is loud and it's Friday Night Heights?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I love competing at Memorial. It's like newly renovated, so
Yeah.
like this year I think was the first year, yeah, that we competed in there. Because as a freshman, it was under construction, so I competed at Rupp,
Mhm.
which that was super cool too, because it was huge. But something about Memorial is super special. It feels like our turf and like
Yeah.
super homey and comfortable, and obviously like the fans are what makes that comfortable and what makes
Yeah.
that exciting.
Yeah.
Um, I think honestly, BBN had like I think they're like one of the best crowds out there, like
Yeah.
truthfully, because I mean we've been to all these away meets, and obviously it's a little biased because they are like our fans, which is so
Yeah.
special, but still like they're so like excited for the other teams too. Like I just feel like it's a
Yeah.
very positive atmosphere.
They appreciate good gymnastics.
Yeah, for
Period.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great. What is something you love about Kentucky culture and the team culture?
Yeah, oh my gosh, there's so much. Like something about this team is super special. Like I mean, every team that I've been on, it's been family. It truthfully has. Like I am so grateful for the team, the coaches, just the environment I feel like we're in. Like our coaches are awesome. And a lot of people are like, how is it that like how is it your head coach and your assistant coach like they're married? Like how is that dynamic? I'm like, it's the best thing ever. Like their
Yeah,
mom and dad, and then we have Chad, he's like we always say he's the fun uncle. Like it truthfully is just a family there.
yeah,
And one thing about our team is I think we have a lot of grit,
yeah,
and I think we've showed that this season. Obviously,
yeah,
we didn't start the way we wanted to.
yeah,
Um, we lost so much experience last year. We lost a lot of it, and we gained a lot of new people that we expected them to go in and do their thing. And it's new to them though. So it's
yeah,
tough, it's challenging. And I think a lot of them, almost all of them, have really stepped up in that way
yeah,
and have figured it out, which that's one thing about college is like, it's just, it takes time to figure it out, especially as a freshman or
yeah,
even just a transfer in general. Like it's difficult, but you
yeah.
will figure it out. And I think we're at that point. So I think grit is one thing I think of our team this year is grit.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. And like I know like you said y'all didn't start out exactly how y'all would have imagined, but like y'all do have such a young team now and you
Yeah.
did lose a lot of leaders. And so you've got to give yourself grace and give yourself time. And I feel like y'all are catching that momentum now. And
Yeah.
like I know that beam was kind of an issue at the beginning of the season, but like I mean I was watching you guys in Arkansas and it was a great beam rotation, you know? And so I feel like y'all are really catching momentum, which is really exciting to see. And especially like you and Delaney, I feel like have really stepped up as leaders and that seems really cool and like you're very consistent and Delaney's very consistent so I feel like they can always count on you guys, you know, and I know that I'm wondering if with that comes some pressure as well.
Yeah, like pressure as in like for me and Delaney.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we both have a similar mindset with this.
Hmm.
We have so much numbers to back us up,
Yeah,
and we have shown consistency in the gym and obviously on the competition floor. So
yeah,
when we go up there, well, I guess speaking for me too, like
yeah,
when I go up there, I like am so excited. Like
yeah,
I feel so confident when I'm on that beam. I am not worried about falling. I'm just
yeah,
like more of like let's focus on the details. Let's focus
yeah,
on my let's just dial it in. But I genuinely have a lot of fun. Like, and
yeah,
even if there could be a day that I'm not feeling the most confident, I fake it till I make it. Again,
yeah,
mine's
yeah.
so important. So like nerves are gonna come. That's just with the sport. So I try to turn that into more excitement and more of like let me display what I've been working so hard for.
Yeah. No, and I asked that question because it seems like you handle the pressure so well, both you and Delaney, because you are both so consistent and they can count on you guys. And you both, even if it's not real confidence, you both seem so confident when you go out there, which I'm sure helps your team too, you
Yeah.
know? to see you guys be like, they're like, oh, okay, they got it, I got it too. You know what I mean? Like especially the younger, the freshmen and things like that. But yeah, it's just really cool to see you guys come together as a team and the fight and the grit that you've had all season is really huge. What is a typical meet day for you like from the moment that you wake up until the moment that you go into the meet?
Yeah. So honestly, like I like to just chill. Like I don't like
Yeah.
to do anything crazy. For like home meets, I'll maybe go to like a coffee shop, maybe get a little schoolwork done. Try to keep the day like productive in a way, but enough that it's not gonna like tire me out.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like to keep myself a little bit busy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll go like little shopping or something,
Yeah.
or I don't know, maybe like read a book, watch a show. Yeah, I don't know. I keep it very, very chill though.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, super
Like a
relaxing.
normal day. Just keep it a
Yeah.
normal day. Yeah, I feel like especially when like if you make it and it's like this with anything in life, like if you make it too big, you'll get it in your head,
Hmm.
you know? So keeping it a normal day seems like and keeping it chill seems like the exact move, I would think.
Yeah.
Do you have any weird or specific pre-meet rituals?
I don't like I don't
Okay, yeah.
I have never been like a super like superstitious type.
Hmm.
Um, I try not to be
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I like because I know when I was younger, I'd be like, if I just wear this Leo the day before each meet, like I'm gonna make it, and then like that never really works. So then it's like,
Yeah.
okay. I would say there's things that I like to do, but if I don't do it, it's okay. Like
Mhm.
I always like to like sometimes, well, I guess now that I'm in college, I don't really do it as much anymore. But when I was younger, like in club gymnastics, I would if my meet was earlier in the morning, I would get Starbucks. And if my meet was later, I would get Panera before it.
Hmm.
But now when we're like at away meets, we don't really get a choice with what we eat, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always really good. So I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I like do. I don't know. I think like maybe like a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like my thing,
Yeah.
but
Well,
not
because
super.
I know some people are super superstitious and then others are like more chill about it. But I would think if you're superstitious, that would put more pressure on it. I would think. I don't
Yeah.
know.
'Cause I know like some of my teammates, I know that sometimes can get in their heads a little bit if like
Yeah.
you are this Leo or if this doesn't go that way. For me, I'm
Yeah.
kind of like a routine's a routine. Like I mean, like whatever I'm wearing or whatever I'm doing before shouldn't take away from all like the stuff that I've done in the gym. But I
Exactly.
know for some people, like superstitions, like that helps them. I'm like, you do you,
Yeah.
girl. Like,
Whatever helps.
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm glad something works for you. So that's
Yeah.
a pretty like, I mean, I was gonna say Delaney always does like my bun for my
Hmm.
competition here.
Hmm.
It's more of just a like, I can't do it as good as she does. So I kind of leave that to her.
It always looks great.
Oh my gosh, I know I get compliments. I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't do it. I didn't
Yeah,
do it.
it's a really nice bun. Well done,
Yeah.
Delaney.
Oh, honestly, yeah.
Who on the team keeps everyone calm and who on the team brings energy?
Yeah. I feel like there's such a like a great balance with
Mm.
that. And I think a lot of us are like one or the other. Like I think there's a couple different people that can really like bring the team down to calm, but also hype them up. I feel like I can do both. I
Yeah.
feel like I have a good balance. I think I can like bring them in for pep talks if that's what we need, but also like get excited, dance around, like keep it
Yeah.
lighthearted if that's what we need to. But I know like Delaney's really great with that. Sharon is really great with that as well. She's like the ultimate like cheer, like you will always hear her voice in and out of the gym. Like
Yeah.
she's awesome. I think Cadence can bring a lot of like good like calmness. Even Cecily too. I know I feel like my class is good with that, but honestly, like even just the rest of like the like freshmen, sophomores, even our one senior Izzy, like again, I think they all have like those traits in them too.
Yeah, that's great. I love that you have that balance on the team, because I think that balance is important. Like you need to be able to bring the energy when it's time, but you also need to be able to bring the calm when it's time. So
Yeah.
that's important, especially with such a young team to already have kind of that balance. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about floor because you are a floor queen. Like you are one of my favorite gymnasts to watch on floor. You
Thank
are so
you.
iconic and your movements are specific to you, which I love. Like I don't even know what you would call it, but like you just never stop moving. You never stop moving. And that is and you do a three pass routine and you end with a front double full. Like that is so hard. Your full routine is so hard. So it's just very impressive to me. And I would like to talk about like, I know, or they said this in the broadcast that, your coach was asking if you wanted to do a two pass routine and you were like, no, I'm doing the three pass routine. So talk us through kind of like the evolution of your floor routines and how you and what gives you the confidence to do those three pass routines ending with a front double full, which is an e pass. Like you're just amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
For like the two pass routine, that was like this year, my head coach Tim asked me about it because I suffered from a concussion and I was out
Right.
for about 4.5 weeks. So, I mean, I wanted to be back. They wanted me back. So it's like, what can get me back the quickest? And if
Mhm.
that's to take out a pass, then like we might have to do that. And at first I was like, I'm down to do that if I can just compete. Like I am so bored. I'm so ready. I want to be out. I was like, I'm down to do that. But then like once I started doing endurance, I'm like, no, I'm not changing this. Like we're doing a three pass. Cause I mean at that point, like I have so many numbers behind me, even if I've taken off a lot, as long as I can get my endurance up a little bit more, I'm
Yeah.
good. When it comes to my three pass routine, I love it. I genuinely like, I love the order of my skills. For
Mhm.
some reason, kind of weird, but my front double full is the easiest skill that I do. Like, I could not imagine, like, people that end with like a double back. I am like, wow, you guys are awesome. I do not know how you do that. Even the people that have like two double backs in their routine, I'm like, how do you do that? Like, I genuinely have no idea. So it's
Yeah.
kind of fun. The double full is like, the easiest thing I can do. Like, I don't know. I kind of like
That
sometimes
is funny.
I think it's maybe the way I do my front handspring, like the technique or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I love the order. I love the three
You
pass.
crush it every time, but also your double pike is gigantic.
Thank
It's
you.
huge. It's so beautiful. There's so many things I want to talk about on floor, but specifically I want to start with take me through the moment you found out you scored a perfect 10. I remember watching that entire meet. What was the first thought that entered your head?
Yeah, so that was a crazy night. That was insane. Senior night, me and Haley Davis, we would always joke about because she was anchor, and we would
Mhm.
always joke about like we're just gonna get back-to-back tens. Like that's so
Yeah.
easy. Like we're just gonna do. I'm like, yeah, you're right, you're right. So then right before I like saluted, my other teammate Annie, she always videos our floor. She would always video, and she always had the best commentary.
Mhm.
And so she's looking at me and she's like, "You gonna get a 10?" I go, "Girl, I'm gonna get a 12." Like, just having fun with her. And so then when I landed that double pike, it was probably one of the best that I've done, at least that season. Like, that was the best double pike I've done. So
Mhm.
then I would do like a dance here and then I would go like this.
Mhm.
And I nodded my head looking at Haley saying, "This is the one that like we're gonna get a
We're
10
gonna
on."
get a
Because
10.
I was like, and I never nod my head on that part. Like, you could
Yeah.
look back, I'm
Yeah.
like, I was like, yeah, this is it. So then my leap was good. Like everything else, I was like, I am not giving this away. I am
Yeah.
not. And
Yeah.
so when I landed that double full, I was just like, for me, that felt like the best routine that I've ever done. And
Yeah.
so I'm not sure how the judges saw it, but I was just so excited. I'm like, out of all routines, this would be the one I would get a 10 on.
Yeah.
And so when they flashed those scores, it was unreal because I mean, freshman year, I was really close.
Hmm.
Um, and I was really hard on myself because I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like I was very nitpicky,
Yeah.
and overanalyzing it. But I mean, like this 10 was so special because I mean, before I had like last year, I struggled really bad with mental blocks again.
Hmm.
There was some stuff going on that really just affected me in the gym.
Yeah.
And I was pulled from floor. I didn't compete a couple meets. And I probably should have been pulled from beam two, but at that point they really trusted me in there, so it wasn't worth pulling me. But I was really not showing up at practices like I needed to be. Like
Yeah.
I was struggling super hard. So that was really tough for me to get through, but I ended up being able to like push through it and get back on floor. And so the fact that I got a 10 after all of that, and then I ended up making it to nationals for that specific event, like it just truly means more. So I'm honestly like, as much as it would have been nice to get 10s in freshman year, like
Yeah.
something about this, like I'm like, I would rather it be this meet after all that I've like overcome.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And also it's like your freshman year, I thought you should have gotten tens, but also like you can't control the judges, and that's the hard part is like there are so many routines. I'm like, that has to be a 10. And it's like, what did you deduct? I don't know.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're saying that like even though you didn't get those tens and you like kind of were like what am I doing? Like, it came at the right time, it sounds.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it definitely.
that's amazing. I love hearing that story. What is there a skill in that routine that feels like your signature?
Maybe the double full,
Yeah,
like
yeah, I was
at
gonna
the end of
say
the day. I don't know. I feel like three passes aren't as common anymore.
no.
Then like I don't know. Yeah, that skill's like easy to me for some weird reason, but I know that like that can be challenging for others. So
Yeah,
it's cool that I do it at the end, but I don't
it
know. I
is.
wouldn't put any other skill at the end for me personally. I'm like,
That's
nah, like yeah.
That's so funny because it is such a hard pass for most people, but you're like, yeah, it's easy for me.
Yeah.
You're just really good at like flipping forwards for some
Thank
reason.
you.
Like, and
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's the mental block thing that you've worked through. And I've talked about this in the podcast before, but like I wanted to be a gymnast when I was growing up, and I went to the gym. I started gymnastics, and then I developed a really mental block really quickly and could not get a back handspring to save my life because I couldn't even do a bridge. I was so scared of going like being backwards.
Wow.
And instead of a coach like helping me through that mental block or teaching me to front tumble or something like that, like I just kind of felt cast aside and so I quit. But now I'm going back to gymnastics, doing adult gymnastics, and my goal is to get my round off back handspring. I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for me.
Yes. No, I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. And so it's just cool that you were able to figure out what works best for you. Because that is so important, especially like I feel like it would be really hard being a gymnast and you're like, this is what I do, but for some reason my body and my mind are not connecting right now,
Mhm.
And so to hear that you can do a front double full so easily is like just so impressive to me. What is and this is something I'm curious about because you, like I said, you never stop moving. You give 100% into your artistry, into your dance, and I absolutely love it. What is harder, the tumbling or the nonstop movement, or is it a combination of the two?
Yeah, I think at first the
Hmm.
dance is challenging because I mean, it's new every year for me, so just trying to make sure that I'm like really like getting in the habit of going full out because if I start off not going full out and I build endurance like that and then when I finally like actually show it off, like it's gonna be a different routine. It's gonna be more challenging. So I think the
Yeah,
dance first is harder and then incorporating the skills into that, obviously big challenge, but
yeah.
that's what preseason is for. The nice thing about my skills is that I kind of just keep them the same every year. I don't really mess with those.
Hmm.
So I know what to expect with that, and I always keep them in the same order, so I know what to expect with that as well. So I
Yeah.
think the dance probably is the more challenging part, but not necessarily just because I'm like might be a little tired. It's more of like I just want to make sure that I'm actually perfecting each like dance I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I love to dance, I love floor, I love to perform, so I want to make sure that like what I'm displaying is what the crowd is going to enjoy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Your facial expressions you're so expressive with your face on floor. Is that something you practice or does that come naturally for you?
Um, Sometimes, like at practice, I'll make probably even weirder faces just at my teammates. Like I'll
Yeah.
make like something so silly. Like I just keep it lighthearted, but at meets I
Yeah.
kind of like do more of like a sassy, like more
Hmm.
crowd work with the faces.
Hmm.
I don't know, I've kind of always been super expressive with my
Yeah.
facial expressions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think it comes like a little bit naturally, but I do definitely like I think each meet is a little different, and then as season goes on, I kind of figure out like what works in that spot, and I'll kind of do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I know. It's iconic. I love it. I could talk forever about floor, but I also want to talk about beam because you really are a beamer. Like, I think you're great on that event. We talked about your front tuck. We talked about your front toss to the back handspring. But do you have, what are your mental choreography, your cues that you use before and during beam that help you?
Yeah. I don't have a lot of cues. For
Okay.
me, when it comes to my gymnastics, um, I try not to overthink because I want to one, like, and this is personally just for me. I know a lot of people cues work really well. I have a
Yeah.
couple, say for my front tuck would be like a like short first step and then arms out tight.
Hmm.
But other than that, I'm always counting. Like on the beam, a lot of people are like, you can see she's talking to herself. And it's
Hmm.
he's saying like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to make
Hmm.
sure I maintain that rhythm.
Hmm.
And also just like not get ahead of myself, but it also
Yeah.
keeps my mind occupied so I'm not
Yeah.
overthinking because I think a lot of times it's super easy, especially before my front tuck. That's one of my favorite skills, and I love doing that. But even like this season, like every season, I'm always like, what happens if you fall? I'm like, Creslyn, what are you talking about right now? And
Yeah.
that's going through my head. And so I'm like, girl, get out of your own head. Whatever happens, happens. You're good. Trust your stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I try to do my best to just like not overthink and have fun. Like obviously like I can't control the outcome.
Hmm.
So everything's already written. Like I already like the future is the future. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
whatever happens is okay. If I
Yeah.
for some reason mess up, it's okay. It is not the end of the world. It does not it like my identity is not in my gymnastics. So it allows me to just kind of go out there and be a little bit more lighthearted about it. But yeah, I think when it comes to cues, my goal is to just maintain confidence and try not to get in my own head.
Yeah, I think that's so smart, and I think that's a huge part of doing beam. And I'm not even a gymnast, but I can imagine that that would be a huge part of it is like not getting in your head too much because you're on 4 inches, you if you get into your head, like things can go sideways really quickly, you
Yeah.
know. So I think you have a really great head on your shoulders, and it seems like you've done a lot of work to get to the point that you're at mentally,
Yeah.
and physically, of course, but like mentally even more so. And that kind of brings me to my next section is mentality, and I'm just curious about what is something that you've had to unlearn since coming to college?
Hmm. That is such a good question. Um, I think I've had to unlearn, and I'm still trying to unlearn it, is how much of a perfectionist I can be.
Mm,
I think that it has its benefits, but a lot of times it is super self-destructive, and I've noticed that. So I would say that's a big one. That obviously like easier said than done. Again, I'm still trying to unlearn that. There are days, but I do feel that I've grown so much from freshman year to now. Um, and again, like I think freshman year, even last year a little bit, my identity was very much in my sport, and that created a lot of like overwhelming feelings and things like that because obviously if a day doesn't go your way then your whole day is ruined. That was my thought, and it
yeah,
was especially with gymnastics. So I think this year has been of a huge difference, and I've noticed of how no matter if the day is bad or good, it can still be a good day. Like
yeah,
those 20 seconds shouldn't affect my whole day, and I think that I've been able to kind of pick that mentality up, but obviously still takes time. It's not always perfect. Again, progress with that stuff is not linear. So
yeah.
I would say, yeah, being a perfectionist is something I've had to unlearn. But I have my downs sometimes, but
Yeah.
again, it's easier to pick myself back up because I'm more aware of it.
Yeah, and that's true for life too. Like
Yeah.
as human beings, like I struggle with perfectionism. I did growing up, and like I just had to eventually like let it go because it really does hinder sometimes being in the moment. It hinders, being present. So many things like that. And so, I think so many things about gymnastics translate into just like all human beings and life itself, you know? And so, I think that's huge that you're continuing to unlearn that, because it's healthy. That's healthy, you know? What do you tell yourself when doubt does start creeping in? Because you said you've dealt with mental blocks, sometimes you do. So what do you tell yourself?
I remind myself that I'm not perfect, and again with the perfectionist, that obviously like not every day is going to go my way, and that's okay.
Hmm.
And like my faith is super big for me.
Hmm.
So a lot of times I'll pray,
Yeah.
and I feel that that calms me down a lot. So I would think those are like the biggest things, is just to remind myself that I'm human, and just because things aren't going my way, like I am still Creslyn Brose, I am still
Yeah.
me. It does not change who I am or my heart. So yeah, but again, easier said than done. It takes a lot of practice, and it takes a lot of fight.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. What is the best advice a coach has ever given you?
Oh, I'm trying to think. I don't remember the specific coach, but I do remember somebody telling me that it is important to make sure your sport is fun for you. And
Mm,
obviously, you're gonna have like days that are tough.
yeah,
That's gymnastics, but if the sport's not fun for you anymore, then why are you like, what's the point? So it's like there are like little seasons of my life and like eras that I like am like, oh, I'm not really enjoying this, but I remind myself, one, like why I'm here, and like again, this isn't my whole life. This is something I get to do. It's not something
yeah,
that I have to do.
yep,
And I think that mindset is like super important. So I think like making sure that like you're having fun, or
yeah,
if it's not feeling fun, what can you do to make it fun? Like what can you
yeah.
do to bring it back up? And I think that that was something like I've held on to for honestly most of my like gymnastics career.
Yeah. The something you said really resonated with me because it's something I say a lot. You said it's something I don't have to do, it's something I get to do. And I've talked about this to my husband, my friends a lot lately. And it's like approaching everything from a place of gratitude really changes you. And like it's not like I have to do my dishes. I hate doing dishes, but like instead of saying I have to do the dishes, it's like I get to do the dishes because I have nice dishes that I want to keep clean, and that is a privilege. And I had food that I was able to make to eat on the dishes, and that's why they're dirty. Like, I get to do that. And like, I get to clean my apartment, not because I have to, but because I have a nice apartment and I want to keep it clean, and that's a privilege. And just like approaching everything from a place of gratitude really changes your mindset. And so that sounds like it's a huge piece for you.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something this whole year, like especially junior year, like I've really taken is gratitude, because the last like 2 seasons, freshman and sophomore, like I felt like I took that time for granted, especially with the people that surrounded me.
Yeah.
Really close with Bailey Bunn.
Hmm.
And I like looking back on that year, I'm like, why wasn't I more present sometimes, especially the first semester? I mean, freshman year is hard. It like it was everything was so new to me, and I struggled a lot mentally.
Yeah.
And I just like wish I could go back one day, and just like me wishing I could go back one day reminds me to just be so grateful for where I'm at right now in the present, because someday I'm gonna look back at this exact moment and be like, I wish I could have gone back one day. And
Mhm.
I think that if I'm making sure I'm so present in the moment, that I won't have that like regret for it, or like wish that as much.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's super important. Okay, we've talked about Jim a lot, but I want to talk about you as a human being. I want to talk about all kinds of things. But I want to talk about like self-care and beauty and stuff like that because I feel like it's a huge piece of like the performance puzzle for a lot of athletes. So are you a full glam meet makeup girl or more natural?
I think I'm like a mix. Like I definitely do more on meet days than I do like on a regular day,
Hmm.
but I keep the look pretty natural. I don't do like a lot of eye makeup. I just
Yeah.
mostly just mascara, maybe a little sparkles sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
I forget. But yeah, I would say I'm like a mix of both.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Yeah, you always look like so beautiful and put together, but like it's never like it looks very natural, but like and I love a full glam. I used to be a makeup artist, so I love a full beat. But like I'm so curious about what lip are you wearing a lip combo right now? Because it's gorgeous.
Thank you. I actually literally have it right next to me.
What is
Um,
it?
so it's the Maybelline Superstay ink crayon in the
Oh my
shade
gosh.
On the Grind. Delaney showed me this. So this is the one Delaney uses too.
Yes. Okay, I
I
was
love
gonna say it reminds me of the Delaney uses.
Yes. And so I've been using it ever since. Like I love it. And then I'll just put on some Aquaphor
Yeah,
over that or like some more.
iconic.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I love it.
it's so pretty. It looks great on you and on Delaney.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, yeah.
yeah. Okay, so walk me through your makeup routine on a meet day then.
Yeah. Okay, I have like all of my products right next
Let's
to me.
talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, so first, I mean, I go in with like, oh, this is so fun. I go with my like cleanser and moisturizer,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
my go-to for like, I don't really do foundation or anything,
Hmm.
so I'll put this kind of over like any red spots or
Oh
anything I have.
yeah, Merit.
I love this stuff. It's
It's
super
great.
creamy, it's really nice on my skin, super
Hmm.
light, but
Yeah,
also colors, so I love
yeah.
that. And then this is my like all-time favorite makeup product. Like
Uh-huh.
I literally tell everyone to buy it. Like Rare Beauty Liquid Contour. I
Yes.
I'm a very cool toned girl.
Hmm.
Every single time I use like a contour or bronzer, I always feel like it's super like warm tone or orange.
Yeah.
I'm not about that life.
Yeah.
This is so nice. It's easy to blend. Like I absolutely love it.
I
And
love Rare Beauty.
oh my gosh, me too. And
Yeah.
then I'll go in with my Say like cream
So
bronzer.
good.
So good.
Hmm.
Then I like my Rare Beauty blush.
I was gonna ask if you like their blushes. So good.
In the shade Hope. That's the one I use.
And that's a cool tone pink. Perfect.
Yes. And then I'll go in with like my powdered products after that. So I
Mhm.
use the Makeup by Mario
Yes.
um bronzer.
Hmm.
I love this stuff. It's super nice. And
Hmm.
then for blush, I'll go in, I don't know where it is. Oh, my like NARS
Yeah.
blush.
Iconic.
Yes. And then I use recently, this like second half of the season, I've used the
Oh, the
cookie.
cookie benefit
I love it.
highlighter. It's so
I love this
pretty.
stuff. It's really pretty. And
Yeah.
then I normally set like my under eyes with like the Laura Mercier,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
say it, whatever their brightening powder is, because I
Yep.
like when it's like, because since I'm cool toned, sometimes like powders are more on the yellow side. So
Yep.
this just brightens it up. But then I don't
I
know
used
where it is.
to, when I was a makeup artist, I used that in my kit.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
great.
love it. I think
It's
it's like
great.
super brightening and like really pretty, sets well. And then
Yeah.
I'll use like for my rest of my face is the Hourglass like pressed powder.
Oh, yeah. Hourglass is great. I love their concealer too.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then for lashes, I'll curl them. And
Hmm.
then I used to use the Sky High.
Hmm.
I always use a shade brown. Like I always use a brown mascara
Yeah.
just because I feel like it's a little less harsh. But recently, Delaney put me on this
Hmm.
course, like a tubing mascara.
Yep.
To take off, better for my lashes. So I use the Milani in the shade.
Nice. I love it. I love it. I love talking makeup.
Yes, wait, that's so fun. Nobody like nobody's ever asked that. So
Oh, I love talking makeup. What is your skincare routine? What does that look like?
yeah, so I used to be like a girl that like would do all the steps and I had all
Hmm.
these fancy things, but then I started struggling a lot with acne last year. I think it could have been stress induced as well. Again, that
Yeah.
was kind of what I was going through all my mental blocks last year. So I ended up taking Accutane.
Hmm.
Um, And thankfully, I had like a pretty smooth journey with that. I know a lot of people suffer with a lot of symptoms, but
Yeah.
I was really fortunate to not have too many. So ever since then, I've kept it so simple. I have pretty sensitive skin, so I use CeraVe
Hmm.
hydrating, I think,
Hmm.
cleanser, and then I just use all the time their moisturizer, like the PM, the
Yep.
nighttime one.
Yep.
Like the-
Yep. Yeah.
And
And
then,
I learned that like I used to be like a 20-step skincare girl too. And I'm like, girl, you're doing too much. Like sometimes the less products, the better for certain skin.
For sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
because I have sensitive skin too, and I was like, I'm really doing too much to my skin. And then now I do like 3 steps, and like it's changed my skin.
Yeah, I would say yeah, I think 3 steps for me as well because I normally like do those two and then at night I'll do a lash serum and
Mhm.
then I use the Grande Lash MD and let me tell you that stuff works wonders. I don't know if you can see
Look
it,
at
but
your lashes. They're so
yeah.
pretty.
Compared to last year, and I noticed this in like 2 months. I know it doesn't work for all people. Like
Hmm.
Delaney's tried it and she said it kind of made her lash line dark. And I know that some
Mm.
people that happens to. I was pretty lucky though that it didn't do that to me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do that at night, and then in the morning I'll do like the old Hendrickson
Hmm.
um
Under eye.
bright under eye,
Yeah.
whatever that stuff is, and I like it.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great. I do love skincare products. What's your reset day? What does that look like for you? Like after
Yeah.
maybe after a meet or after a competition, your reset day.
Yeah, normally it's a pretty slow day.
Mhm.
I try to like allow myself to just relax. Sometimes being bored is good. So,
Yeah.
um, sometimes a little bored, but I think that that's kind of necessary just so your body can heal.
Hmm.
I'll clean, I'll organize sometimes. A lot of times I'll like clean my sheets, like things like
Yeah.
that. Maybe put on a show or read a book or
Hmm.
things like that. So it's very, very chill. A lot of times I'll meal prep as well.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
like a little grocery shopping. So
Yeah.
yeah,
What grocery stores do you like to shop at?
I love Trader Joe's.
I love Trader Joe's too.
We literally live right by one and it is awesome. And then I love Whole Foods as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then we have like a Kroger right by here too. So and Target, I love Target too. So
Yeah, yeah. I knew you were a Trader Joe's girly. I don't know
yeah,
why, but I just knew it because from one Trader Joe's girly to another.
you can just tell, you can
You
just
can
tell.
just tell. Yeah, we have that vibe. Okay,
Yeah.
I want to talk music and movies because I love both of those things. What is a current song that you have on repeat?
Ooh, that's really good. I'm trying to think. Um, I'm very like my music taste is all over the place. I
Mhm.
don't really have anything specific. I would say recently, oh, I know I'm probably forgetting. Like I don't know why I'm probably
I know
totally
it's hard. Once I put you on the spot, then you're like, what songs?
yeah. I would say artist wise, maybe Olivia Dean. That's kind of been
Oh,
my go-to recently. I
yes.
feel like I listened to her a little bit more like a month ago than I do now.
Hmm.
But ugh, I'm trying to think. I
It's
know
okay.
Bella K. Some of her
Uh-uh.
songs are really good. There's one called The Sick, and then there's one called I Love It. I love it. I love it, I
I'll
think.
have to check it out.
Yeah, I just her voice is super soothing, and I think those songs are really good. I think I've seen a lot on TikTok too, so I think she's kind of gaining a
Bella
lot more
K.
popularity. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Do you oh, I am curious. Who controls the locker room auxiliary cord?
Ooh, it's honestly Anna Flynn Cashin, she is always on speaker. Like most of the
Mhm,
time, she always brings her own, and her music
mhm,
is great.
mhm.
Also, like we kind of created a playlist as a team.
Oh,
Most of the time we'll play that. I think that's what we play. I hear like it's kind of like all over the place sometimes, but
yeah.
uh, yeah, we'll play that. And then other than that, I think like Delaney has great me and Delaney have very similar music tastes. So
Mhm,
I
mhm.
like her music taste is great. And I love she's introduced me to a lot of songs and a lot of artists, which I really appreciate. So I'd say I would trust Delaney on aux if she isn't already. A lot of times
Yeah.
she will play music.
Yeah, nice, nice. What is your favorite comfort TV show?
Ooh, I have a couple.
Okay, tell me about it.
One that I grew up on and it will forever be my favorite is called Psych.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it is so good, so funny. I highly recommend, especially people like more crime, but also a little
Hmm.
comedy.
Hmm.
Um, Recently it's been Bridgerton.
Hmm. Hmm.
I love it. I think it's so good. And then
It is.
I'm so excited for the second part to come out tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
And then I'm trying to think. I mean, I like go through phases with a bunch of different shows. I really like watching The Rookie,
Hmm. Hmm.
Stranger Things.
Yep.
I'd say those have been like my most recent like watches.
Okay, okay. Are you a reality TV girl?
Not really.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not either.
I've seen like some episodes. I know like a lot of my team will watch like Love Island and things like that.
Yeah,
And
I do
I
actually like Love Island.
I was gonna say I've never finished a full season, but I watched a lot of the season when it was like
Hmm.
Leah and Rob and like things
Yeah,
like that. I
yeah,
like that season, but
yeah.
it's not something I would really watch on my own.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fun to watch with people, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What is your favorite movie snack?
Ooh. For me, I feel like I have to have a balance of like all three. So it needs to
Okay,
be some chocolate, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of like sweet or sour, and then a little bit of like salty.
I love
So
that.
I don't know, maybe like for salty, I think like popcorn is like pretty standard.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like popcorn, it's good.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, and then I would say for like a chocolate, I don't really know, like a Kit Kat. I love a Kit
Hmm.
Kat.
Hmm.
I had one in a long time though. And then maybe for like a sweet and sour candy would be like my household has been really obsessed with those bubs.
Hmm.
Like the I don't remember, I think it's strawberry vanilla or something. You can get them at Target.
Yeah.
I would say that. Like that was at least recently that's when I go to.
Yeah, okay. I love that. If you what is something that you love outside of the gym that maybe people wouldn't expect?
Trying to think. I guess I would maybe say singing. Like I really enjoy
Yeah.
singing. Yeah, me and my teammate Cadence is super talented in singing and dancing. Like
Oh,
she's really awesome. But we'll sing together a lot.
yeah.
I'd say a lot of my teammates can sing. Like secretly,
That's
some
so
of them
cool.
sometimes all sing together. I think maybe that's something I really enjoy. I also like cooking and baking. I think that's
Ooh.
I
Yeah,
kind of got into it a little bit more this year, I feel like.
that's really cool. What is your coffee order? You say you go to coffee shops. What's your coffee order?
Yeah, I have recently become a matcha girl. I love
Mm.
matcha, and I for a while I couldn't get on board. I'm like, that's literally just like earth water. Like I'm not a
Yeah,
big,
yeah.
but I've kind of found my order at Starbucks recently in this like springtime. They have a banana bread matcha.
Ooh.
So good. So
I'm
good.
not
And they
a
make it
matcha
right.
girl, but I might have to try that.
It's really good. I always get my coffees or matcha with oat milk, just because
Uh-huh.
it's light on my stomach. But
Yeah.
when it comes to coffee, I love a good like latte. So like a
Yeah.
vanilla latte. Sometimes I'll get creative and do like a raspberry latte, like
Ooh.
things like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
One of the coffee shops we have by our house, they have like every syrup possible.
Oh,
So you can
wow.
get real creative
That's
with it.
so cool. Yeah, I'm a vanilla latte girly. And like my friends all love matcha. And I'm like, it tastes like dirt to me. But maybe I'm not ta eating, like drinking the right ones.
I always get like a fruit flavored matcha. The banana
Oh,
bread is pushing it for me because I genuinely like, I guess there's like some banana in there, but it's like
yeah.
more of a brown sugar matcha. I
Hmm.
think it's really good with it's like all mixed together, but for me, I love like a raspberry and like a strawberry matcha are probably what I get more consistently.
Okay, I need to try that because I feel like I could get down with that because I love fruity things and like fruity drinks. But like maybe
Yeah.
I've just had the wrong matcha
Yeah,
because,
honestly, a lot of matcha, like a lot of places that sell matcha aren't very good. Like you gotta
yeah,
they gotta find something that works because there are some matchas that I'm like, oh, I do not like that.
tastes like dirt.
Yeah,
Earth water is perfect.
earth
I
water.
love
It's
that you
literally
said
earth
earth
water.
water. That is so funny. Okay, these are going to be rapid fire before we get to the last question. So,
Okay.
beam or floor?
Oh, ah, for competition floor for practice beam.
Okay, okay. Um, glitter Leo, like rhinestone Leo or velvet Leo?
Rhinestone.
Yeah. What is this is not as much rapid fire, but Leo that you felt the most confident in? Like, what's your favorite Leo?
Ooh, trying to think like competition Leo.
Yeah.
I would maybe say we have one called Batty that
Uh-huh.
is like black and like a little leather kind of vibe. It's kind of cool.
Ooh.
I like it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
our recent warm-up Leo that we wore at our last home meet that was like this really pretty blue. I posted on my Instagram.
Yeah,
That
I remember
Leo
seeing that.
love. It was new
Yeah.
too.
Super pretty. It looked really good on you too.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you already talked about this, but I was gonna say sweet or salty, but you need a combo of
I
both.
need a combination, but I would say I have a little bit of sweet tooth and I
Okay.
love fruit, so like maybe more sweet.
Yeah, same, same. Okay. Introvert or extrovert?
I feel like I have a balance of both.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I am too. Yeah. Okay. Song you never skip.
Ooh, honestly, like anything by the Fray.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That is, oh my gosh, that takes me back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, man, they've been around forever. Okay. What is one word that you would use to describe this season?
As a team, I would say grit, and as a individual, I would say like strength, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like,
Yeah.
we're like trust the process kind of
Yep,
vibe.
I love that. Okay. These are the last questions, and I ask every guest on my podcast these questions because it shows like how we're alike, how we're different. But there some of them are harder than others, but what is your favorite word?
Ooh, um, I would say maybe like something I say a lot is just like slay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Like
something you
my
say
my
a lot.
go-to word.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. What is your least favorite word?
Hmm. I don't know. It's not like some people really hate this word and they're like, please don't say it. But I think the word moist is a little weird.
It is a
But
weird one.
the weird word, maybe that could be kind of, it's more on
Yeah,
that like down range of like, I
yeah.
don't love it, but it's not a
It's
big
not
deal.
my favorite. Yeah, yeah. What is a gym sound or noise that you love?
Good job. Okay. I would say I think this is what you're talking about. Like when somebody catches a release,
Yes,
like
this is what I'm
like
talking about.
Tkachev or like Jaeger, and it's just the way that their hands hit the bar
Yep.
that and beam. Like when somebody sticks something and like specifically though, when you watch it on TV and the microphones are connected and
Hmm.
somebody does like something on the beam and they stick it in the sound of like when they punch,
Yep.
ugh, it's so satisfying.
It's so good. It's so satisfying. And yeah, like when someone catches a release perfectly, like all of that. Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, what is a gym sound or noise that you can't stand? That's like grating to your ears.
Any like chalk under the nails, like if I hear that or like somebody like
Yep.
I people mark the beam with their fingernails. I personally don't know how they do that. Like I just it's more of I don't know if it's a sound, but it's more of like a when I see that I'm like,
It's a
oh
vibe. It's a
yeah.
vibe that's not good. Yep, I get that. I get that. What brings you to life creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Um, for me, my faith.
Hmm.
My faith, what I would
Yeah,
say.
I love that. What is your favorite guilty pleasure show?
Ooh. Ah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Oh my goodness. I would say recently it's probably been Bridgerton, probably.
Bridgerton? Yeah, yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
guilty pleasure show though.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I know this is a common question, but everybody likes to know who is on your gymnastics Mount Rushmore? Your top four of all time could be elite, could be NCAA, could be a combo of the two.
I'm trying to think. This is really hard. I'm gonna have to say my girl Ashley Cowan from LSU. She's my
Hmm.
best friend.
What a
Um,
bar swinger too.
oh my goodness, she's so good and
So
she's
good.
hilarious.
And her
Like,
toe point is awesome.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I would probably say her.
Hmm.
And then Delaney Rodriguez.
Yeah, icon.
Have to. Like she's just consistent. Like I would
So
definitely want her
consistent.
by my side on that.
Yeah.
And then honestly, like, oh, this is so tough. Maybe like Trinity Thomas.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
is so she was so like she's still like so talented. Like
So good.
sometimes I'll go back and watch her videos of her double A out on floor. I'm like,
It's
girl, you're
perfect.
so good.
It's
Like
perfect.
I miss seeing her out there on the floor.
I do too. And her 1.5, like, I
Oh,
mean,
beautiful. Like everything was so beautiful and she's
yeah.
super sweet. Like she's so sweet. So
She seems like
I
she would be.
yeah, I would maybe say I would probably say that. Is
Yeah,
there
yeah. One
any
more.
oh one more. Oh, maybe Sam Pescic.
Oh, love
I
Sam
would
Pescic.
I love her. She's awesome. I've
What
done
a
like Beam
beam
Queen with
queen.
her. I was gonna say I've done Beam Queen with her a couple times and like she is awesome. I would yeah.
Yeah.
those are my picks.
Yeah,
She's
I love
awesome.
that. She's a great commentator too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love seeing her all the meets. Like it's so
Yeah.
nice to see her.
Yeah, no, she's great. And she's talk about like a trailblazer with like being an Olympian and then also the
Yeah.
NCAA. Like,
Done it all. I'm
yeah.
like, girl, that resume probably is fire.
Yeah, no,
So
truly,
awesome.
truly. Okay, if you were reincarnated as an animal, what animal would you be?
Hmm. Oh. I would maybe say I have a couple routes here. I
Yeah,
could say an
yeah.
otter. I love an otter. I think they're so cute.
Yeah.
They're just so cute. I don't know. They like I want to like cuddle one. They're so adorable.
Yeah, they're adorable.
But maybe like a bird because
Mm-hmm.
that could be fun to fly.
Mm-hmm.
That could be
To
really fun.
fly. Yeah.
But then also maybe like a cheetah or like something like
Mm-hmm.
super fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
that's like a couple different routes I would take.
There's
Or
like three different
actually,
ones. What?
golden golden
Golden
retriever.
retriever.
I think that's probably gonna be my top choice.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love a good golden retriever. I love dogs. My husband's a dog trainer. We have two dogs, so love dogs.
Yeah, I'm a definitely a dog person.
Love that. Okay, this is the last question, and I think it's an important one. Looking back, what would young Creslin be most proud of right now?
I think my younger self would be most proud of all that I have overcome, not even in the gym, just outside of the gym as well. Like all the growth that I've made, I feel like maturity wise too.
Yeah.
Like I think looking like back, I know my younger self, if she could see all of that I've gone through, she would never believe it.
Mhm.
Not even just all that I've gone through, but all that I've got through as well.
Yeah.
Like I yeah, I think I would be most proud of like the growth that I've like came as like a person.
Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful. Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun.
Yay! I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. I had a great time. It was so nice getting to know you both as an athlete and just as a human being because that's one reason why I started this podcast is just to get to know athletes as human beings because you're human beings first and foremost, and you just happen to be athletes. And so I obviously want to talk gym, but I also wanted to talk about things like outside of the gym to get to know you as a person. So I appreciate your vulnerability and just being open.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. And like these questions were so fun. Like nobody's ever asked about like my skincare, makeup. Like
I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming on. I really enjoyed getting to know you. You are an absolutely lovely human being, as equally as iconic as you are on floor and beam. But I can't wait to watch you the rest of the season. I know you're going to continue to crush it. And yeah, I hope you'll come back sometime.
oh my gosh, I would love to come back. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was awesome. This was such a
Yay.
blast.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Okay, I'll talk to you later, okay?
Yes, I'll see
Okay,
ya.
bye.
Tumbling, tumbling, no